Hello guys, how you all doing today? It's story time and I got something funny, interesting I like to share. So here's the story. Someone came to the house. It was a Sunday evening and someone came to the house and offered to take me and my husband out for dinner. So I asked him, "You taking us out for dinner?" I said, "Yeah, of course." So I got dressed, I was excited. So I asked, "Where are we going to?" He said, "We're going to ShopRite Warri." Oh, I was happy because ShopRite were just nearly open in Warri then, and I haven't gotten the privilege or the time to check it out. So for me, it was just like getting to see ShopRite myself, then also have some fun. So I hop into the car, me, my husband, and the person that offered to take us out. So we hopped into the car and we drove to Warri. So in like 20-25 minutes, we were at ShopRite. So we arrived and settled in. He took us to one of these beautiful restaurants. Then I can't remember the name, but it was a fine, it was a beautiful restaurant. So we just settled in and took our orders. So for me, while we were on our way coming to ShopRite, I already knew what I would eat. I already knew what my order is. My order is simply rice. I've always been a rice person. And those that are close to me always know I've been a rice person. I've always been a rice person. I can eat rice in all shit. Oil rice, banga rice, jollof rice, fried rice, rice and stew. So long as it's rice, I will cool and good with it. So everyone close to me know me as a rice person. So I already knew that when we got to ShopRite, what am I going to eat? Normal rice and chicken and water. And also I wasn't a sugar person. I wasn't raised, my mom didn't raise us, to be used to sugar. So I wasn't also a sugar person. So for instance, I can take my pap without sugar. And people wonder, how come you take pap without sugar? I'm used to it. I'm used to taking pap without sugar. So if you add sugar to my pap, it automatically becomes like tasteless to me. I don't like taking my pap with sugar. So that's how I was raised. So I wasn't a sugar person. I wasn't a foodie either, like somebody that can eat volumes. But I also like to eat when I like to eat. So I knew that it was rice and chicken and water. So we got to ShopRite, placed our orders and settled down, and it was my husband's order that arrived first. My husband happens to be opposite of me, so my husband can take, he's not a rice person, but if he has to take rice, it has to come with some level of encouragement, like fried plantain, like juice, like something to and salads, to encourage him to eat the rice. So my husband's order arrived first. So my husband ordered for a portion of fried rice, a portion of jollof rice, some fried plantain, some salad and juice and all that. So my husband can eat all of those things, and he won't have any bowel irritation. But for me, if I take any of those things, I'll immediately, I knew that I will have bowel irritation. So I wasn't used to sugar, I wasn't used to juice, and even if I have to take juice, I have to make it myself. So that was me. I knew what worked for me. So what happened that day was my husband's order arrived first. They served him first. I don't know why. Probably they served me first. I've just saved myself the stress and the troubles I went through. So they served my husband's first. So when I looked on my husband's plate, man, the rice is so nice. The jollof, the fried, mixed with plantain, with some salad, with juice, water, everything. I'm like, that this place looks fine. Immediately, greed just rose up inside of me. I automatically became greedy. I knew that I wasn't a salad person. I knew that salad doesn't work for me. I knew even if I have to take salads, I rarely take salads, and even when I take salads, I take it without the cream. So the minute I saw my husband's plate, greed, it just rose up. So I told them, please, the same thing that you're giving, give me the same thing you gave my husband. And the person that took us, I was even like, because they know me, he has never known me to eat all of those things. He knows that I'm just rice, chicken, water person. So I said, don't worry, I can take it. Let me take it for today, at least once in a while. So they brought exactly the same thing that was my husband's plate, and they served me, and I ate. Number one, I know that, I'm not a foodie, but I can't eat much. And every time I eat too much or I overeat, or overfeed myself, it always causes problem. And then number two, I knew that I had bowel issues. I have very, very easily irritated bowels, and I knew that sugar doesn't work for me. But I went ahead, I went ahead and ate everything. And when we finished, they also gave me some juice, and I was just like, are you thinking, when I was even eating, I was just wondering, this thing you're eating, are you sure it works for you? Are you not going to have trouble? Remember, you have a journey tomorrow to Onitsha. You have a journey tomorrow. Tomorrow was a Monday, and I have to leave as early as 5 to travel to Onitsha for business. I had a friend that wanted to introduce me to a new business, so she offered to take me to Onitsha by herself, take me to her clients, her customers, and teach me the business and know where to buy and how to select and all those things. So I was just thinking, I just hope you won't create problems for yourself. I just hope you won't have issues. So I went ahead, I ate everything, I drank the juice. Me that doesn't drink juice, I don't take juice, I don't do sugar. I drank the juice. We finished, bought a few things, and then we came back home. Of course, we came back a little bit late. They said about 8, 9 in the evening. So I just knew that I had to rest, prepare for my journey tomorrow. So I just took my bath, went straight to bed, and the next morning I was up. So when I woke up in the morning, everything seemed fine. I was even wondering, nothing happened. You just look good. Nothing really happened. So I called my friend. We got to the park together and started our journey. So in the first hour of the journey, everything seemed cool and everything was fine. I was just okay. So while we were going, I remember I just passed, I think, Ozoro then. Just drove past Ozoro then. I started feeling uncomfortable. My stomach started making some rumbly noise. So at first I felt like I'll just pray and say, God, please, let me not just be what I'm thinking. God, please, just help me get to Onitsha and come back without issues. So I was just praying hard in my mind. I said, God, please don't let it be what I'm thinking. So we drove again, like under 10-15 minutes ago. It started making more noise, and I knew that there was problem. So I started enduring, just like, and after a while it comes and it goes, and it started intensifying. So I was just trying to endure. I said, okay, Onitsha is like, it's not too far. I'm also at least by 3 hours, we'll be there, and I'll just find a place to convenient myself, a place to just ease myself. So I was trying to endure. The more I was trying to endure, the more it was getting worse. So my mind began to flash back to that time I was devouring that place of food, and I was like, I told you, these things don't work for you. You didn't listen. Now you're on the road. How are you going to tell the driver to stop that you want to? How are you going to tell the driver to stop that you want to use the toilet? Who does that? So I'm that kind of person. When I'm traveling, I find it very difficult. Those days when I'm traveling, I find it very difficult to tell the driver, please stop, I want to use myself, or please stop, I want to use the toilet. I find it very embarrassing. So I was trying to endure. I was sitting close beside my friend. After a while, I couldn't bear it. I was telling my friend, saying, man, I'm pressed. I'm so pressed. She's like, can you bear? Onitsha is not too far. Can you bear so that we'll get to Onitsha, so that you can just, my customer has a place that we can use. Show us a place that he can use. So she was telling me, yeah. I said, okay. So after a while, she noticed I was sweating. Sweating seriously. She began to greet me. Though I became uncomfortable, I was shaking, I was sweating because I was pressed. This kind of, when you're pressed and it's normal stool, it's different. And when you're pressed and it's that, that stooling, that kind of diarrhea, they're not the same. So I was just there trying to hold myself together. I was shaking my leg, pressing, doing all kind of things. It wasn't working. After a while, I told my friend, I said, see, this driver does not stop. If we don't stop, somebody will excrete inside this vehicle. I don't think I can bear. Onitsha, I was looking like 10-hour journey or 3 days journey. I was looking like forever. I was too long. So my friend has some courage. She's the same person like me. She doesn't like speaking out, in public vehicles. So she said, please stop, I beg. My friend won't use toilet, I beg. I beg. The friend said, no, I beg, tell your friend to, I beg, make she wait, I cannot stop here. Here is bush. I have to drive, to a safe place before I can stop. So I thank God for the driver that he was understanding. So he drove for about, let's say, 15-20 minutes and he stopped. And people, when he stopped, if you see the race, I was sitting at the back of the bus. I was sitting at the back. This is about 18 seater bus. I was at the back seat. Coming out from that back seat, I was holding myself together and I ran. The vehicle came, the vehicle stopped. I ran, I dropped. I asked the lady, please. I asked the lady, I said, okay, we have fish it. Where can I stow? Where can I excrete? So the lady was compassionate because she saw me. I was wrecked. I was like, you can see it all over me that I'm not myself. You can see it all over me that, if something is not done in the next few seconds, I was quit on myself. So she pointed the place to me. So I just ran straight to the place. And the place she gave me was like almost public place. It was opposite a church. There were some trees on the other side, but it wasn't a private place or a private area. She just told me, I used it. Go and use that place. My dear, that was the only option available. I didn't care. I didn't care if I would be naked in an almost public place like that. I just ran straight. I looked for a little place that is a little bit covered and I squatted there and did my thing. I'm just imagining if that thing happened now that social media, we have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Facebook. Then it was just, I think it was just Facebook, if I can remember, mainly Facebook then. I was just thinking, if it's now, I would have become a social media meme, I would have become a social media meme because people would have, recorded me and shared my video online. Just imagine how me trending for the wrong reason. Somebody's wife, somebody's mother trending online for the wrong reasons. That was where I relieved myself. As I was relieving myself, I could virtually perceive everything I ate. I could virtually perceive everything I ate. And I finished. And the funny thing is that immediately I jumped down, other people started running after me. I was like, so you guys were pressed all this while and couldn't talk. So women also ran, about 2 persons also ran after me. I don't know what they ate and did the same thing. So we didn't even care if the place was a little bit exposed. I didn't care. I used that place and finished. And finished and left. And left. Guess what? It wasn't still enough. When I come back into the vehicle, it wasn't still enough. I was still having same pain, just like the intensity reduced a little bit. So my friend was telling me, she just have to bear. I can't tell this driver to stop again, because if I tell him to stop again, he'll be offended, he'll be angry. So kindly bear. So immediately we got to the market. Instead of going to shop, I went straight again to use the convenience, to use the toilet. And my friend's customer, pitied me and like, you can't continue like this. While we're shopping, I will go. While we're shopping, I'll go. So that I can't continue like this. So they bought drugs for me in that market. They were up to 10. I can't remember. Put everything mixed together, and I swallowed it. That was when I finally, after about an hour, I finally had relief. Why am I sharing this story? Do what works for you. It looks funny. Do what works for you. So guys, that's my story. Do what works for you. I wish I can tell my AI to make a song and the title will be Do What Works For You. So stop looking at other persons, stop looking at your friends, stop looking at your age mates, stop looking at your colleagues, stop looking at social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and stop copying, stop feeling like you're left behind. Do what works for you. So until I come your way next time, do what works for you.